What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Altfires. Now, as many characters as there are already confirmed for the upcoming Spider-Man Brand New Day, heroes and villains alike, there were still a couple of question marks about the cast. First of all, who is Sadie Sink really playing? Is she the main villain? And if not, who is the main villain of this film? Also, we've got the Hulk and the Punisher, but how come no Daredevil after Charlie Cox's famously first MCU cameo came in Spider-Man No Way Home? Surely Sony and Marvel were setting that up for a reason. How come he's not a part of the film and cast? Well, breaking this morning, and from a new editorial that we haven't covered before, but in an exclusive, they are now confirming that Charlie Cox's Daredevil is joining the cast of Spider-Man Brand New Day. We're going to go through the article, read through it in full, annotate it where we can, and break down this latest exclusive. Daredevil is in the new Spider-Man, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. Thanks to everyone who's been subbing lately and helped grow the channel. We've been growing again at a breakneck pace. You guys are amazing. If you haven't already, I would just kindly invite you to do so. It's the #1 thing you can do to support the channel, plus it'll enter you for all of our giveaways. Again, all you got to do, be a sub, leave a comment. If you want, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so this actually broke under the headline, exclusive Charlie Cox's Daredevil secretly confirmed for Spider-Man Brand New Day, from an editorial called newtthefridge.com. Now, what I will say is that we've never covered that industry insider editorial before. I don't know what their track record is, if any, from exclusives. However, we always give a lot more reverence to any editorial or scoopster that's willing to put their name on an exclusive like this, so take that as you will, but it's pretty easy to track their track record now, considering they're doing things like this. They go on to say, quote, Nuke the Fridge exclusive, Charlie Cox secretly confirmed for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Hello everyone, Louis Lecca here. I usually don't run exclusives, but this one felt too big to pass up. Until now, Charlie Cox's involvement in Spider-Man Brand New Day has only been a rumor, nothing officially confirmed. Well, from what I've just learned, it looks like those rumors can finally be put to rest. Cox is indeed returning as Matt Murdock, better known as Daredevil, in the upcoming Spider-Man film. And honestly, it makes perfect sense. With John Bernthal also reprising his role as Frank Castle, aka the Punisher, Marvel seems to be setting the stage for a nice crossover. So here's how I found out. A reliable source casually told me, not realizing what an insane spoiler it was. They said Charlie will be heading over there to film Spider-Man. He also goes on to say, to be fair, that they never actually said not to share this information. Okay, so first up, hats off to Nuke the Fridge for actually running this as an exclusive. I know they said they don't do it often, but hopefully they'll stay in the exclusive game and we won't have to wait too long to see if it's true or not. The other thing I will say is that it'll be interesting to see if any of the other Twitter scoopsters or industry insiders who may have been privy or had access to this information also come out to sort of corroborate this in the wake of Nuke the Fridge running it as their own exclusive. Now, all that is to say, maybe it would have been weirder if they did Spider-Man Brand New Day and we didn't get a Daredevil cameo, considering once they confirmed Frank Castle to be a part of this, it seemed like a foregone conclusion. They didn't give Charlie Cox a Daredevil cameo, but just as Matt Murdock during Spider-Man No Way Home, to not tease them teaming up. They even put a small piece of the Spider-Man theme in the end of the Daredevil TV show. This is something that they know that the fans want, and really all of the Defenders universe, including Frank Castle, all started with the Daredevil show on Netflix, and now we're getting Punisher in the Daredevil show on Disney Plus before he gets his own special presentation, which is confirmed for either next year or the year after. So again, with all the clues there, it's possible that this was a foregone conclusion, but there is sort of one little wrinkle in the whole thing, and that's the spell that was cast at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home. Whatever Matt Murdock would have known about Peter Parker specifically would have been erased, and so Spider-Man would just be another superhero to him. Now, obviously, with the canon they've built out through She-Hulk and then extending into the first season of Disney Plus's Daredevil is the whole anonymity for superheroes and the ability to stay anonymous, the rights for superheroes in the first place, and that's one of the things that could lead Peter Parker to go back and seek out Matt Murdock if he needs his help, because while Matt Murdock won't remember Peter Parker still remembers Matt Murdock. But I think on a surface level, again, we should have seen this coming, and only because of the quotes directly from Tom Holland, where he admitted that he spent some time online, God knows which forums, whether it was Reddit or it was YouTube or it was social media, trying to figure out what the fans really wanted from this film. And undoubtedly, what he saw was an overwhelming amount of concept art of Spider-Man and Daredevil, or Spider-Man, Daredevil, and the Punisher teaming up, because if you type this in, you're going to see it all over the place, and that imagery would have been undeniable. Spider-Man teaming up with Daredevil in a street-level, grounded hero film for Spider-Man 4 was probably the most rumored, the most artistically redone as far as concept art. There were so many thumbnails just for the Daredevil show alone that included Spider-Man. He had to have seen all this. He had to have known, and so in an effort to deliver the Spider-Man Brand New Day film that he thinks fans wanted to see, DC, one of the first things that would be on the list is Spider-Man and Daredevil teaming up. So again, maybe we should have seen this coming. Between the No Way Home cameo, Frank Castle, the Punisher, being confirmed for Spider-Man Brand New Day, and Tom Holland saying he was looking online. All of those come together to paint a very clear picture, and so really not a bombshell revelation the way I suspect it may be when we finally figure out who the main villain of this film is. Now, there were a couple of industry insider reports that seemed to corroborate this already. They didn't go as far as confirming Daredevil for the film, but what they did say was that the end of Daredevil Season 2, which timeline-wise and the way that they're releasing it does lead right up into Spider-Man Brand New Day's release, that the events that take place during the second season were going to lead right into the film. And so it would have been a shocker if Daredevil Season 2's events would have tied in completely with Spider-Man Brand New Day, but mysteriously, Spider-Man's not in Daredevil, and Daredevil's not in Spider-Man. And I know a lot of you have asked about that, if them putting the theme for Spider-Man in the end of Brand New Day is sort of teasing him being a part of the show, but I guarantee you, even though the rights work probably pretty well to have, say, the Punisher and Hulk and Daredevil and Spider-Man Brand New Day, the rights going the other way don't work as well, and they've been pretty transparent over at Marvel Studios about the fact that they can make Spider-Man animation, they can do things with the Spider-Man IP, but they have no control over the Spider-Man live action characters, including who does and doesn't show up in the TV shows. And on top of that, even Vincent D'Onofrio, who plays Kingpin, has said that there's something with his contract for being in TV that may preclude him from being in the Spider-Man films. It's all very lawyery stuff and lawyery contracts, but they've found ways to work around that before, and so I'm sure whatever contractual obligations stop Tom Holland from being in any Disney Plus shows, again, I think that would also just water down the IP, and something that Sony and Marvel probably don't want to do. Like, hey, you can't see Spider-Man on Disney Plus, you got to go to the theaters to see that. Whatever may be stopping him from showing up there, certainly there are no holds barred. Sony should know the more Marvel characters from the MCU you're bringing into a Spider-Man movie, the better off they are, and it seems like we're getting that now in Brand New Day. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below, how you feel about any and all of this, and if you're as hyped as I am about the fact that Daredevil's going to be a part of the show, and it'll be Daredevil, Punisher, and Spider-Man teaming up, hopefully to fight an overpowered Savage Hulk. You know, Tom, if you're listening, that's what we want. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's kind of it. Let me know all your thoughts down below. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. All right, we are still giving away PlayStation 5s at the channel. The next one is for Wonder Man. If you want to be entered to win for any of the other giveaways throughout the holiday season, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below, and because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here, live with my voice and the winning comments shown on screen. Please be safe and vigilant, and if you should ever get any spam in the YouTube comments, report it directly to YouTube. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on, and as always, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. Find me on all other platforms under the name All Fires with original music. To those of you who have supported my music, thank you very much. Thanks for checking this channel out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.